Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Renowned Explorers. It's time to hunt the Globus Cruciger in the spooky forests of Transylvania. This can be a fairly unforgiving expedition. Some of the encounters are very difficult, a lot of the skill checks are very difficult, but this is the first time I've been here since it was somewhat rebuilt in the update that accompanied the release of the Emperor's Challenge expansion. So, I'm very curious to see what we're going to find. You're about to solve another mystery. The Globus Cruciger of Charlemagne, long thought to be a myth, has been tracked down by the renowned explorers. It is said that through merchants and thieves, the Cruciger ended up here with a noble family. Kwame is determined to find this elusive treasure. We'll have to be careful. Wild wolves are a common threat, and the few travelers that have passed through here have been met with mixed signals from the locals. They even spread preposterous stories of cursed lands. I said some of those words right. Alright, so that's where we're actually going. Don't get confused by the fact that this tower also rose up out of the ground in the same way that the objective always does. This is really annoying. It takes 2 to get here and then 2 to get out again. But, I mean, we're not going to skip over a chance to get a treasure. You encounter a local lady who is immediately protective about something she's carrying with her. It looks like an old document. Kwame would like to have the documents and contemplates who could convince the lady. Well, gee, I wonder. It's interesting that Kwame gets the secret token. He's not a level 4 beguiler, and this is a beguiler check, but I guess the way it works is if you are a level 4 quick thinker, tactician, or beguiler, you get the secret token on a quick thinker, tactician, or beguiler check. There's a lot of extra tokens. We lose a resolve, and we won't get access to a feudal poem if we fail it. But it is a lot of extra tokens. I really want Pedrino to get leveled up, though. I want to take that XP on him. When the lady hears from Pedrino about your adventures and status, she's bowled over by your glory. She gives you the document, which is both historically and culturally relevant. So it was not a treasure, it was just a document. Plus 5 speech power, plus 5 speech defense in the defense slot. That's not worth equipping over what we have on for anybody, is it? No, I don't think so. Well, maybe it'll sell. Which way do I want to go? I guess let's go this way. We'll head toward this thing. There's a treasure available over here. There's a weird smell in the air. Something of a rabid beast is prowling these parts of the woods. One of your crew members has caught a trail of this beast while exploring alone. He or she better have his or her quick wits about them. Oh, Kwame's on the hunt. Dude is ready. He was born for this. Kwame was scouting the forest when he felt something was off. White fur patches are on the ground, and you find abnormally big paw prints. Kwame sneakily moves forward and finds an abominable beast carrying some sort of cargo. It looks dangerous, with huge teeth and ears for hunting. It also looks intelligent, because it flees from the formidable Kwame with a quick pace to protect its cargo. Clever. But is it quick enough to escape his fate? No, not really. Oh, poor thing. What a chase! The beast tried to outwit Kwame with quick vaults instead of an endurance test, but none outsmarts Kwame the Shrewd. With a well-placed attack, he stops the beast in its tracks and takes the opportunity to rough him up and snatch his cargo. The beast flees in fear. Suck it, you monstrosity. You know, Kwame in the story events is way different from the way I'm playing him in the challenges, or in the encounters, rather. That's a lot of tokens, though. We got extremely paid there. That is pretty cool. That is a pretty egg. A traditional Romanian Easter egg. Statue. Thank God. Yeah, I don't need to be carrying around an egg of that age. When the crew hears of Kwame's amazing hunt, they're perplexed. Everyone knows he's quick, but quick enough to catch an elusive forest monster? That surprises even Agatha, so much so that her pupils have rolled around to the backside of her eyes, which is a thing that happens sometimes when she's surprised. You guys might not know that. It doesn't come up very often. You find a weird cultist that seems to be daydreaming. Oh my, the Count of the castle is such a dreamboat. I hope he'll notice me. He has such a beautiful set of teeth. I love those white beauties. This fan of the Count doesn't know your charms yet. Get him, Pedrino. Oh yeah, look at how good Pedrino's smile is. Oh wow, your teeth are even better. I bet you can beat the Count in a charm off. Yeah, thanks. How is a charm off even judged? That doesn't sound like science to me. Yeah, you get Mr. Devious. I'm okay with that. I'm gonna keep working friendly. A cultist hideout. This old medieval tower is decorated with black and red banners. Knowing those pesky cultists, it must hold stolen valuables. Luckily, there are only a few cultists guarding the tower. If you want to enter it, now's the time. Let's get them. So, the tower contains a treasure that you can get if you bring a high-level diplomat, I think. So, my point is, we're about to get a treasure. I guess, technically, nothing is certain until we defeat these cultists, but honestly, come on. Alright, so we are going to try to hit Mood Switcher here. We can probably do it. So what, start friendly, go devious, go back to friendly, maybe? Or start friendly... We could start friendly and cycle through aggressive. You are weak against impress, you are weak... Oh man, that bodes very poorly for you, being weak against excite. So why don't we go... Who's going to make which attacks? Obviously we want Kwame to be the friendly one. Oh, he's not quite going to get there. Yeah, so we'll go friendly, and then... I mean, we could just go devious, right? And then back to friendly? This is actually probably a reasonable thing to do. Okay, so this will push us to devious. Oh, we whiffed. And all we have to do now is use a couple friendly abilities to swap us back over. Oh my. Apparently, this cultist seems normal until you start being devious. He'll enjoy the humiliation so much he'll become an extremely hard person to deal with. That is, you know, I feel like there's a little bit of an innuendo in the way they worded that, maybe. Now remember, Kwame's excitement thing is not only effective on the first turn. I know we've only used it on the first turn, but he does pulse excitement out to his teammate on every turn. So if he just ends the turn adjacent to Agatha, she'll probably lose her terrified state. I love the fact that he's completely captivated by her telling him a story about how one time she gave a student an A+. It's like, really? You have that kind of power? That's so impressive. Alright, obviously we are in, like, actually zero danger here. Enemies who are weak to excite are just completely screwed against our party. There's no way out of that. If you are vulnerable, you don't even have to be weak to excite. If you're just not resistant to it, this party can really, really blow you up. Alright, we are getting so many tokens now. You pacify the cultists guarding the tower. However, one gets away to call reinforcements. Somebody has to stay here and stay on guard. It will be Padrino. With the guard decided, the rest of the crew enters the tower. After a quick look around, I have two options. Agatha's found a room with a safe, while Kwame has found the office of a cultist leader. We're going to search the office, because that's how you get that treasure. See? Oh, you only have to be a level 3 diplomat. I thought it was higher. The office is pretty tidy. The crew is here to change that. You start looking for interesting things. It doesn't take long to find objects of value. Political letters and numerous religious items. There are too many to take with you, so you just pick the biggest and fanciest. Like, for example, the Cross of Lothair. Diplomats all over the world have discussed the missing of this cultural masterpiece. The missingness of this cultural masterpiece. And here you were, almost putting it in your two-pawn bag. It's... 2 secrets is like 260 status, while 8 campaigns is... more. Well, it's about 240. So actually I do want to take the secret tokens. Our secret tokens are so buffed that this actually is the right play, I think. Then the inevitable happens. Padrino yells that many reinforcements are coming, and we get to the fleeing. And of course, Kwame's making lots of new friends, because you know how he do. I think it really just makes sense to keep taking lobbyists. The crew hears a very strange sound. It sounds like a grandma? What's that? It's Agatha, and she's real drunk. Probably drank a little too much of her own brew. She says she wants to go home or play beer pong. Otherwise, she isn't moving. Looks like there's only one way to solve this. Apparently we have to fight Agatha? Well, I mean, we'll be friendly about it at least. This is weird. I don't know if I remember this ever happening before. She's weak to impress. Her speech defense is all screwed up. I mean, I guess we just, like... Kwame can open up with try to enrage. But if we do, I'm not actually sure that we'll be able to make it back to friendly since we only have one target. Yeah, let's just go for friendly stuff. And Kwame cannot participate in combat this turn, so we may as well just use Dance. Get that defense bonus. I mean, Dance is not completely useless, but... boy, it never seems to do anything very interesting. Agatha, I need you to chill the hell out. She gets drunk and then she wants to fight. I guess I know a lot of people like that. I mean, we got a lot of tokens out of that, though. It's pretty hard to be mad about it. Whew, you got her to stay in one place. The crew takes a little rest to allow Agatha to come back to her senses. When she's sober again, she's terribly ashamed. However, she's also glad the crew has her back. She thanks the crew and vows to drink a little less in the future. It seems her old body can't keep up with it can't keep up with her like it used to. So she has gained a like for everybody else, which has given her plus 20% speech power. Yeah, that's pretty alright. I guess let's go this way because there's a zero cost path coming out of it. But I hate spending all of these resources. Ooh, is that a new one? I think that's a new encounter. After a walk through some forest, you see a big area where all the trees have been cut down. You first suspect villagers building a settlement, but then you notice a sign with a cultist symbol that says, "No sign of the tree here. Continuing our search." Yeah, you know, they love trees. It's fine. I'm really annoyed by, once again, having to pay 2 to travel between these nodes. I'm wondering if I even want to go to this one, then. It does have a challenge. Yeah, I do. A lady is being chased by a piece of flying furniture. Help! I made a joke about death and was dying of laughter when suddenly I was attacked by this cabinet. Explorer School did not prepare you for this situation. I can't imagine what would prepare you for such a situation. Apparently being an engineer. Go get him, Kwame. What's his XP at right now? I don't get to look. Oh, come on, do it. Yes! With a swift move of the wrench and a surgical strike to the cabinet's ethereal component box. I don't know why they even build them with those anymore. Kwame suddenly makes the cabinet stop flying around. There's no curse that can't be fixed with science. And a wrench. That's something I learned while playing Prey. The lady is very grateful for your help. My china is saved, but who would curse me just for a harmless joke? It does, you know, it seems odd. I'll give you that. Man, there is no way, like, there's so many 2-cost paths. There's no way we're getting over here without paying harshly for it. Yeah, this is definitely new. I've never seen this before. Chills crawl up your spine. This graveyard is most definitely haunted. You can already hear the chants of cultists. That's not what haunted means. You don't know what it is, but this will be a dangerous adventure where you could lose a lot of resolve. It's true. I ain't scared of no ghost. From a distance, 3 eerie cultists chant an occult song. That's not what 3 looks like. When they stop, they look at the crew with a piercing gaze. A wind whips up, and a strong gust is shot toward the crew. Woo! Woo! I was going for a ghost, but I kind of channeled Dr. Orpheus on that one. Out of nowhere, a ghost lady emerges in front of the crew, burning with anger and hate. Wah! You fools! You have entered my domain. I curse those who make light of death. Death is mine. Sweet mother of Pinkerton, the dead has risen from her grave. Agatha doesn't believe in... We're going to get 2 encounter tokens from this? Is this going to skip a fight? I mean, I got to click on it. What? I'm right here. What's there not to believe? Now, if this lady would have been a pirate, then Agatha could get into this whole story. Obviously, there are many convincing theories on pirates turning into ghosts, because of salty seawater. But here, nonsense. Ghosts aren't real and you're a hack. Ah, that's incredibly offensive. I'm dead. Really dead. Nobody takes me seriously. Do you know what it's like to be dead? You will feel what it's like. Soon. Agatha remains calm, although she is beginning to slightly doubt her bold statement. Oh well, you'll be able to do some science on this thing. You'll soon be able to do some science on this thing. That's cute that they acknowledge, they have her do the sciencey thing, but they acknowledge that she doesn't do it when you fight the ghost pirate on the Caribbean island. Okay, so we want to end friendly, because the Lady of Graves will curse us otherwise. So what's her deal? She's a spiteful creature. She will gather hate twice to unleash torment onto the crew, but if your attitude is friendly, she'll become confused and have to start over. Well, that's cool. That works out well for us. She's a ghost, of course, so physical damage, not so much. Shouldn't be a problem. And she's weak to excited. She does have 600 health, though. I think we're going to be good. This is going to be fine. Okay, so let's, what are you weak to? None of the things I would like you to be weak to, unfortunately. And we have more cultists coming from the back. Alright. So we'll be at a pretty significant disadvantage if we go friendly. Yeah, you know what? I'm fine with it. They have to catch up with us to hit us. Your kindness confuses the Lady of the Graves. That's true, she looked confused. I saw it with my own eyes. So I'm thinking we could come over here. Oh, it looks like we won't quite be able to teleport to... Oh, wow, there's a bunch more cultists over here. Well, we could do a lot of damage to the Lady of the Graves this turn. But I'm starting to wonder if maybe we should back off and sort of secure a position, because this is really a lot of enemies. Why don't we start with Pin? Yeah, okay, they're pretty slow movers. Let's see if we can take this one down. We have minus armor, so I'd really like for this guy not to get a turn. Okay. My impression of the cultists is that they don't really have very good physical attacks anyway, so I guess I'm not too concerned. This is a little worrying because it means that we can't just like rush in and attack. Oh, does she just do actually nothing while she's in that confused state? That's actually really, really good for us. Okay, so let's go here. We'll try to friendly these two guys out. Got him. And then we should be able to pull the same thing against this purple dude that we just pulled against the last purple dude, except it will be slightly more effective because Agatha is standing next to him and lowering his speech defense even further. Oh dear. Well, okay. Oh, and there's a 100% chance to hit, so actually this is totally fine. Yeah, mixed signals. That's true. I get that. I definitely have not been super clear. Alright, as long as she doesn't summon cultists on this edge to the left of us, we should be fine. Do I want to go and throw a party right here? Ah, it looks pretty powerful. Although we can deal with these guys. Actually, can Agatha lecture them out? She can. Okay, so that's what we'll do. Run Agatha to here, have her lecture these guys down. Alright, we definitely want to get back to friendly. Because I don't even want to know what is going to happen to us if she manages to build up all that hate. Okay, that's put us in a little bit of a dangerous position. And here we may as well dance. We can dance with Padrino. Yeah, let's do that. Because it's way easier for Petrino to cover this distance than it is for either of the other crew members. Kwame's got a lot of spirit. He's got good defenses. Yeah, 12 damage. Oh, hey, that actually completed Pain Absorber. I wasn't even thinking about that. Oh, they're going to drop him out of Excited. Well, he might just put himself back in at the beginning of my turn. Yeah, he totally did. Confuse her by becoming friendly. Alright, if you insist. It doesn't look like she's going to spawn any more dudes. It kind of looks like we can just run her down here. It's unusual for a boss fight, but I guess, no, I don't really have anything. I was going to say, I guess, you know, and then a reason why that seems reasonable, but I didn't have anything prepared. It's a shame Kwame has no area attacks. Alright, well, if something pretty crazy doesn't happen, I think we've got this. Yeah, and she just does absolutely nothing if you're friendly. That's really unfortunate for her. I'm kind of curious if we can take her out without finishing this guy off. How much damage can we do to her in a single turn? 122, and that preps her for Kwame's much more impressive attack. Yeah, 166 is not bad. And Agatha doesn't quite have Inspiring Course back. That would be the end of it. That's a shame. Well, at least we're going to get some significant overkill here. Doesn't really, like, have a lot of mechanical value. Oh! She's no longer confused. She's laying it out. Well, unfortunately, it's a little bit too little, a little bit too late. Alright, she learns that people mostly mean well. It's a good thing this is the party that came here and not one of my earlier parties, huh? The Lady of the Graves is stunned. I never saw oh wait, I had a voice for her. I never saw things this way. I guess most people just joke about death to cope with our mortality and put things in perspective. I think I understand. Thank you. Oh, she's... the cabinet thing. The lady was making a joke in her cabinet. It's because of the... Okay. Everything makes sense. The crew is happy to see the ghost learn to see the best in people. Also, the crew is convinced this crew... The crew is convinced this crew is a ghost after all. Fascinating. But let's not resort to ourselves to such rude jests, he says, gaining a bunch of tokens for some reason. The Lady of the Graves floats back into her portrait. You're sure she doesn't mind you taking this marvelous piece of art to the Society? And the Society surely won't mind a cursed item or two. Listen, if that's going to be a problem, we're already in trouble on that score. Gain +1 campaign for each 2 campaign tokens, +1 discovery for each 2 discovery tokens. So this would be 20, depending on rounding, 27 or 28 campaign tokens. That beats 3 secrets, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's not bad. That is not a bad reward at all. Oh my, what an adventure. Plotting cultists, a haunted graveyard, and a ghost lady that takes death more serious than is good for her health. Not that she has any health to worry about. Ha! Even Agatha can't stop the grin on her face. Even Agatha, we say. Am I getting new people more frequently? I think I am. I might be. Let's take a lobbyist. You know how I feel about that. Okay, well, we could take Brazilian Blend. Gain +1 collect and +1 study on insight spends. We could have somebody become a cultural leader to gain renown and campaign from cultural challenges, and also cause Kwame to gain 10 points of speech. I was going to say let's take Eye of the Tiger, because supplies and stuff, but Kwame gaining 10 points of speech is not nothing, and it is going to end up giving us some more campaign tokens. Still, Pedrino gets to 3 survivalist, and we get 3 supplies. I really do want supplies. Let's keep this. We'll use this next during the next expedition. Give Kwame a final burst of diplomacy. Alright, the best way for a survivalist to become an even more skilled survivalist is through experience. This adventure has brought Pedrino the perfect opportunity. Without the crew noticing much, he's put in an effort to improve and learn a new perk. So he already has spotting and navigation. Right? He doesn't naturally have... Oh no, I didn't pick that up. He has spotting and trapping. Trappings. That's probably supposed to be trapping. It seems like tracking could come up. He could also just get a discovery token. Fantastic. Pedrino hopes to be able to help the crew even more when scouting jungles or making the wilderness as comfortable as possible. Alright. I think the supplies were worthwhile. Oh no! You got us. Alright, find some supplies in an abandoned cart. Oh man, he's doing it. He's mounting the comeback. The Path of Destruction. As you walk through the forest, you suddenly notice a path of destruction. Dead animals, cultist cloaks, broken sites, and even a few trees have been knocked down. Well, it's good to have a high-level archaeologist. The marks left on the animals and trees look like those of a zombie. What a discovery. You take some notes. Why would we know something like that? As you walk further down the path of destruction, it takes you to a rundown settlement. All the houses are destroyed, and the place is a mess. It would seem the trail you are following ends here. Only a monster could do such damage. That's very judgmental. I wonder if we actually will only get 3 collect tokens. I think there's probably another something locked behind this. Let's take the 70%. I won't be real happy about losing resolve. Okay, didn't matter. An extensive search reveals what used to be a store. As you remove some of the debris, a broken safe is found with its contents intact. So 3 collect tokens, and then Pedrino finds something, because being a survivalist is great. He found some tracks that reveal the location of the monster. But he didn't tell us where they led, because he didn't feel that was important. Okay, man, whatever. As you walk through the forest, you see cultists logging frantically. They spot you and hide their axes. They should, threaten us with those. That's probably a better strategy. When you ask them what they're doing, one of them responds, "None of your business." It seems you'll need to convince them. We're okay at that. I mean, at this point, I'm not expecting a lot of trouble from some cultists. Alright. Let's rumble. As soon as the thing finishes loading, let's rumble. We're just about ready for the rumbling. Here we go. Mindbender is now 100 damage. That's okay, I think we're going to get there. Alright, so these guys are going to come at us aggressive. Not too worried. Alright, so we'll apply the speech penalty to this guy, and then hit him with Impress from Agatha. And if that doesn't do it, then we'll try just lining up a big, huge Excite on one of the brown robe dudes. Alright, come on, you can do it. Yeah, there we go, 128. I'm gonna break 100 porcelain. It just struck me. Is party time? It is powerful enough to knock out 2 of them. Oh wow, there's actually more of them over here. This is kind of a large encounter. Alright, so you are weak to Impress. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to take out all of them this turn. I have never been more disappointed than I am when I say to you right now, it looks like there are going to be some survivors. That said, I don't think we're... Yeah, we're not in any danger. Who cares about matching attitudes at this point? We're just too tough, man. The rules don't apply to us. Alright, why don't we knock this out real quick and get back to the very important business of wandering around a cursed forest. while eating bread that we found on the ground. The cultists succumb to your charms and tell you they're looking for a cursed tree that meddles in their affairs. The one that takes its bark gains a big reward from the cult's alchemist. They give you a description of how the tree looks, which could be useful later, I guess. Or maybe they just said, it looks like a tree, you know, on account of being a tree. Alright, well, there's a treasure available here. It's pretty much a no-brainer. In the midst of the forest, the crew finds a medieval fort. It seems in good shape. Kwame wonders what you could find inside. However, you're ambushed. A group of militia villagers jump out from the trees. This fort and its treasures inside belong to the Romanian heritage. We will not let some plunderers get them. Hey, they figured it out. Most people don't figure out we're plunderers until, you know, we've left with all their stuff. These guys are on the ball. So we get a chance to enter the fort as long as we don't beat them all up. I don't know. I would think that we would get a chance to enter the fort even if we did. Because how are they going to stop us? We just beat them all up. Yeah, that's a pretty good open. Solid. How close can they get? You have a gun. We should probably move around to the far side of this guy so as not to get shot with the gun. Yeah, we do so much damage it's a little bit silly. Oh no! This is a nightmare. Alright, well I guess we'll just do a dance to buy some armor, effectively. I should have danced with Agatha. Pedrino can just dodge. He doesn't need the defenses. See? Okay, I imagine that's a kill. Can we get there in one with Pedrino, I wonder? Okay, good. We want to save Kwame because his is a little bit more powerful. Making them sad's not really going to do anything because they're just going to attack us physically anyway. I do want to make sure not to make them confident, since they're just going to attack me physically anyway. Alright. Really? See, she switched from a mood that was totally superior to mine to a mood that is not. Seems like an odd choice. I mean, it wouldn't have mattered. There was no chance I was going to lose somebody in this fight, but... Oh, I wasn't even thinking about my challenge. Whatever, we don't need it. We'll give Rivaloo some pity, porcelains. You know, he'll love that. The militia's cooled down and ready for talks. Okay, fair enough. You're not plunderers. Wrong. But we can't just let you have this treasure. It belongs to our people, and we're proud of it. Kwame, convince them. It takes some time, but he manages to come to an agreement with the militia. You can borrow the treasure inside for your collection if you wish to show it to the world. Maybe some juicy tourists will visit this place someday. Why does it matter to you whether they are juicy? That's weird, right? I'm not the only person who thinks that's weird. This fort is quite a sight. Later, people will surely pay some good coin to visit it. Inside, you find a fantastic reliquary, the Hand of Charlemagne. You wonder how it ended up all the way here. No wonder the militia were so protective of it. Yeah, we're doing okay on tokens so far. Hell yeah, 8 campaign tokens. What a great haul. Content with the findings in the fort, the crew moves on to the castle of Count Dracul. Well, not just yet, we don't. Also, did you know, Kwame's making new friends. Is that going to give us campaign token master, I wonder? Man, we really are killing it on these challenges. Okay, no, we need one more upgrade. Okay, so we can replace Kwame's Try to Enrage with Proper Enrage, or we can make it so that Cheer, which we've only used a couple of times, removes all non-emotion, non-mood negative buffs. I'm not 100% sure what is significant about those categorizations. What is a negative buff? I guess we could use it to remove stuns if we had this, maybe? Yeah, I just don't see very much reason to replace his Try to Enrage with Enrage, when his version of Try to Enrage already has a 100% hit chance. Let's just take Clear. I don't know that I will find any use for it, but I think that it's more likely to be useful than his other choice there. We still have lots of supplies. Nothing special has been found here. What a shame. So the question is, do I think I will end up getting enough supplies to make this route feasible? I do. I'm going to be cocky. A bag of supplies has become stuck in the mud. Kwame wants someone to get it. Ooh, this would suck. Please do not lose 2 supplies. Okay. We've gotten really, really lucky on our challenge wheel. Pedrino carefully gets the supplies and even finds something else. He didn't actually get any supplies. Alright, so we can take... Party time gets plus 25% power when your attitude is friendly. This stacks additively, not multiplicatively, with other buffs. So party time already does plus 25% speech per surrounding enemy, so this effectively just makes it so that whenever you use it, it is as though one enemy was close to you. One more enemy than is actually. It's fine, but I really like the utility that the heal gives you. It's a very powerful ability. Alright, well, obviously we're going for the supplies. A decorated hunter. Kwame knows that you could get a favor or supplies with some well-placed diplomacy. Well, why don't we get her supplies? Allow me to give you something as well. Do you want some of the food I collected, or do you prefer that I tell about your glorious travels? Kwame, being a level 5 diplomat, is the best in the world at being conceited, and manages to convince her to do both. I mean, let's see if we can get lucky again. As night falls, you hear howling all around. The only way to stay safe is by convincing locals to take you in. Yep, diplomacy ruling the day. Kwame convinces a woman who lives in a small shack. You spend the night safely. Alright, so we have 6 food. We have 6 supplies. I think we can probably afford to... Oh, there's a treasure here. I was just going to look right past this. Obviously, we go to the treasure. Huh, what a sight. This beautiful ancient church is guarded by dozens of highly armed automata. They seem to let no person pass. However, Pedrino is very curious to see what's within those church walls. Well, I don't really want to lose the 2 supplies, and we're extremely likely to. But, well, not extremely. But I'm very curious. I'm going to go ahead and do this. I'm going to try this, even though I'm probably going to fail. Because I really, really want to see what's in there. Okay, no such luck. The automata are onto you. The automata are onto you. They start wildly swinging their metallic bodies. There's nothing you can do against them, so the crew is forced to flee. Okay, we pretty much have to head right back to the, Well, I guess the other option is we could go this way and hope that there's a food node down there. A supply node, rather. No, we're just going to eat some supply tokens because I wanted to get gutsy. Some supply penalties, rather. Alright, here it comes. You spot giant chicken footprints on the ground. You study them and take notes. Agatha loses attack power. Okay, that is totally awesome. That one doesn't affect us basically at all. Ooh, the bark. That's the magic tree. We'll trade some resolve for some supplies. Oh, I was only allowed to do it once. I was really hoping to go to 4. Or to go to 8, rather. Well... Ooh, this node here doesn't actually connect to the castle. So if we went here... and then here... we'd be at 2 supplies. We'll probably get 2 supplies. Yeah, that's fine. I want the treasure, so let's try to get it. Making your way to the forest, you notice all the trees in this area look weird. We have the ability to use the description given to us by the cultists, but why do that when we could get a when we could master a die roll because Pedrino is the best survivalist on the planet? You follow Pedrino's lead. After a while, you find an interesting tree. Once you come closer, you realize this is a faced tree. It looks both incredibly scary and strangely compelling. Agatha notices something because she knows symbolism. Or Kwame or Pedrino tries talking with the tree. I'm kind of curious what this does, but I think it probably just passes the check, And I really do want these tokens. So let's roll the die. Roll the die. Roll the wheel. Oh, okay. I actually thought that was going to fail. Pedrino starts talking with the tree. It has a face and everything, so you never know. Pedrino's charm does not go unnoticed by your branching buddy. A root lifts up to reveal a hidden document. The document shows how cultists drew cultist symbols on the surrounding trees to turn a human victim into a tree. There's no way that's right. That is the craziest thing I've ever heard. Maybe you can do something to help this person. Agatha alters the symbols. She notices that the tree must have been a human that was cursed to be a tree. She notices symbols on the trees. Okay, she just noticed the same thing that we were already told. She wasn't paying attention to him. She was too busy looking at the symbols. Suddenly, the tree changes slowly into a human shape. Suddenly, it changes slowly into a human shape. So we can kick his ass, take his stuff. I think we should probably approach non-aggressively, don't you? You approach the tree man, who turns out to be a cultist after all. Ah! What year is it? What? That means I've been out for decades! Oh, but I am so glad you saved me. It's not easy being green. I wanted to leave the cultists when I found out they were experimenting on the dead. I know I'm a cultist and all, but that was too intense for me. Then they did this to me. Well, what are you going to do now? What I'll do now? Well, I think I'll help my saviors. I will dedicate my life to telling people how cool and awesome you are. I like this guy. You can also take this piece of magical bark that I shed off. Make a great treasure, eh? I mean, it's sort of like you giving me a skin flake or something, but I guess we'll take it. We gained a lobbyist. So plus 25% renown from status is like normally I'd be jumping at this, but we don't really need renown. I honestly think that plus 5 status from campaign tokens might be the way to go here. We're about to score 130 of them. Yeah, let's do it. We're gonna blaze through these ranks of status collector. As you leave the place, you notice all the trees are trying to get at you. Some even block roads. Traveling through the forest won't be easy this expedition. Well, that's non-ideal. Oh yeah, that's true. I did buff up the value of my campaign tokens. I wasn't even thinking about that. Okay, well, I guess we go here. Hopefully this is a lot of supplies. You hear distant howling. As you close in, you see a pack of wolves huddled around an abandoned cart, which holds supplies and some valuables. Sure, because you know wolves are really into valuables. Probably they're just interested in the cart because they really want that pocket watch. Alright, so we'll get some supplies from fighting these guys, and then the node to our east, to our sort of northeast, was another supply node. So we might actually get out of here without taking another hunger penalty. Which would be great, since the hunger penalty we did take already was not like a very important one. Alright. Let's start off with a good lecture. Because it looks to me like Pedrino... Oh no, Pedrino's totally able to get in. He's so fast. Why is he going to be so fast? Unfortunately, Kwame is not nearly as fast and will probably not be able to contribute to this at all, basically. The wolves are resistant to Excite, but, I mean, there's no way it matters. Alright, I'm actually using Dance quite a lot. I guess it's nice that I have something I can do on those turns. Alright, yeah, I have a pretty good feeling about getting out of this expedition without having to starve. I think we're all set. Your friendly approach has proven its worth. Wolves are very susceptible to friendliness. With the wolves defeated, you take all the supplies and valuables left in the cart. Wow, it was one supply. That's it's not totally ideal. A nice find. An abandoned hut with an overgrown garden containing many great vegetables, such as potatoes, carrots, eggplants, peppers, and cabbages. Inside the hut, the crew finds cooking equipment, conserved ingredients, and some herbs and spices. Well, let's cook. Pedrino is a great survivalist, which means he's great at cooking. Interestingly, you notice it's plus 45% from survivalist. There's no bonus percentage from the cooking survivalist perk, which we no, we do not have. Okay, it's in his natural perks. We just didn't take it. Anyway, 86% chance to gain a supply and not take a hunger penalty here. Let's hope. That looks good. Padrino prepares a very tasty stew. Everyone compliments him and feels refreshed. Agatha enjoys it even more than the others and becomes emotional, which increases her speech defense for the rest of this expedition. That's not usually the way they depict becoming emotional. And of course, the leftovers are used to top up the supplies a bit. So we're almost ready to go. Looks like Agatha is not going to get to max level before we leave. Did not mean to click there. Yeah, I guess this is fine. We'll get more tokens out of a fight. You see a group of villagers hugging some trees. When you ask why, they say the trees of this forest are protecting them. They all listen to one cursed tree. Well... Yeah, Padrino, get us a secret token, would you? You've convinced the villagers to tell you where the cursed tree is located. They'll also spread the love. And now we take another hunger penalty. Kwame loses attack power. Oh my god, you guys, we are so lucky. We got attack power penalties twice. You found it, the castle of the noble Dracul family. Kwame knocks on the massive door, which opens immediately. Welcome, honored guests. Please proceed to my courtyard. Agatha looks around with interest. She warns the crew. There have been stories of noble families cursed by greed, arrogance, and blasphemy. There's even the myth of the vampire who lures people into submission. The crew is mildly disturbed. So we get plus 25% odds on some challenge, and also yet another secret token. We're at 18 now. In the courtyard, a most charming count bids you welcome. Honored guests, what brings you to this faraway palace of mine? Did you too come to admire me? Well, not really, but Padrino is oddly attracted to this man. I mean, he's a foxy dude. The Count is shocked. A holy item here in my castle? Repugnant. It must have been brought here by that Frankish nun in 965. Guards, search through the entire castle and look for this thing. My guests, please, make yourselves comfortable in the meantime. Well, there's a lot of stuff to see in the castle. The crew goes around studying the rooms and even gets to take some gifts. The Count is a most generous man. One of the guards returns. They've found a holy relic. What did they find? They in fact have discovered the icon of Nicomedia. So, 3 secret tokens or plus 1 secret, and what are we, 5? Well, if I know anything about which number is bigger than the other, we're going to take 5 secret tokens. What's this? The icon of Nicomedia. And here you were thinking you'd find a Catholic treasure. A great find nonetheless. The Count continues. Great. Now, if you would excuse me, I have many issues to attend to. I bid you farewell. However, Padrino, why don't you leave these explorers behind and stay here with me? Join me in my lavish life for all of eternity. Padrino's caught off guard, but it sounds like he's kind of into it. That's cool. He's got 1 level of Quick Thinker, and the bonus from Agatha being so observant, so he's going to kill this check. Now, we gain a resolve here, but we don't gain the resolve until after the fight is over. It's probably not going to matter here, because we have 5 resolve and also our party's great, but sometimes that matters a lot. No, Padrino makes it clear that these explorers are your comrades and you will stick together. The Count is obviously not content with that answer. Please, listen to all the good things I have to offer. Well, let's convince him. Now, I don't remember what the vampire guy is weak against. I guess we'll find out. Mood Switcher, 4 times mood switching. I'm not even going to bother. Okay, he's weak against Terrify. He is immune to Impress. Strange. But I guess we'll take it. Also, we'll take that. That's pretty good. Alright, I think we don't have to go to the left and fight these 2 guys over here. I think we could probably just go this way and be okay. It is worth noting that Dracul over there has he has an area attack that we probably want to avoid lining up all 3 of our party members for. Yep, okay. The fact that it made us impressed is going to be largely irrelevant, because Kwame is going to add a point of excited to both himself and to Pedrino at the beginning of our turn. Yeah, so we're protected from the worst effects of that. The Count is most charming when you're being friendly. He's quite easily terrified. He uses area of effect abilities, so beware. Yeah. Yeah, let's go ahead and thin the crowd a little bit more here. Now this is tricky. I don't really want to have him end his turn excited. Alright, I am going to intentionally remove, or I'm going to go out of my way to remove this guy. I know that we're going to get spawns, but us only having one enemy on the, out on the field at once is definitely going to make it a little bit easier for us to focus him down. Any reinforcements he calls in at this point would probably not actually reach the area of the battle fast enough to matter. Oh, that was his big one. That's his super nuke. It's the best he can do. And now he's standing next to Agatha, so he has lowered defenses. I think Kwame might just do it, honestly. Kwame just convinced a vampire to give world peace a chance. Oh no, he's immune to this and I don't want to hit him with a non... Shoot. I don't want to hit him with a non-friendly attack and he's immune to a friendly attack. I guess we let him stick around for one turn longer, because we really do want to finish him off with a friendly. Sometimes just having the first use of an attitude be the hit that kills a boss can make that your dominant attitude sometimes. Alright, pretty well on tokens there. We've done pretty well in general, I think. You convinced the Count that Pedrino should stay with you in a friendly manner. I see, you truly are an insufferable bunch. Inseparable. I said insufferable first. We're also that, but that's not what he's talking about. Please, allow me to give Pedrino a goodbye kiss. As the Count and Pedrino hug each other, Pedrino feels a little pinch, which apparently fills him with gold. The Count continues, well, I guess this is it. Please, take this gold as a parting gift. I hope to see you again someday. Especially you, Pedrino. And that went pretty well. And now Pedrino's a vampire. Check that out. And so you conclude your adventure in Transylvania. The crew will long remember this weird encounter in the Count's castle. Yeah, it's pretty strange. Also, we get another person. Yeah, geez, we are killing it on Campaign Token Master. That is a pretty good haul of treasures. I'm really pleased with this outcome. And we have so many tokens. This is not, I think, a record-breaking game by any stretch. But it is going to definitely be among my higher scores. I guess this comfortably breaks my record for my highest Emperor's Challenge porcelain point score. That's something. How many campaign tokens did I end up with? I have way too much status. I can't spend all that status. Oh, I guess it doesn't really matter though, right? Like, the point isn't to spend the status, the point is just to accumulate it because of porcelain points. 26 secrets, not too bad. Oh, come on, get to 10k status. I actually think I may never have gotten 5 digits of a resource from a single expedition before. So actually, this is pretty cool. I'm pretty pleased about that. You got there by a hair, too. That's like a single token. Alright, one last expedition. You know what we gotta do. Alright, Rivaloo has created the Rivaloo Center for Abandoned Llamas. We are definitely taking the challenge. We'll be going to Shangri-La for sure. With that great adventure behind you, you can send a report to an explorer welcoming city. So we're definitely going for the Entourage Hall in Rio. Student of anything. Perform 2 researches. Okay, I will. Yeah, this is going to be great. Let's see how much porcelain we actually end up with here. Oh, that challenge is over. That's a shame. We would have thoroughly completed the next level of it. Okay, let's get this. First of all, obviously we get Asian Wisdom so that we can spend our insight on secret tokens. And then what? We could take Anthropology. We have enough to write 2 research papers at least, possibly more. We could take Observations. Get 2 more points of insight plus a perk. That's actually not that bad. That's not a terrible idea. What's our other choices? We could get, like, plus study tokens. We don't have... we do have a level 3 survivalist, or at least we could make him a level 3 survivalist pretty easily. We could get a tool. A tool plus some research. That doesn't really strike me that strongly. Some research plus a tool. I mean, the anthropology tree is definitely better than the first part of engineering. Engineering has some weird, unique stuff in it, including this secret shop where you can choose from very expensive trinkets. I honestly think we're going to take observations. So, Agatha is at Archaeologist 4. We could bump her to Archaeologist 5 with this, or we could add engineering levels to Kwame, or we could throw a naturalist level on somebody, because I don't think we currently have any naturalist. And having 1 rank of something is often valuable. You know, at least you get a 20% boost most of the time. No, I think we'll just juice up the archaeology. Let's be better at the things we're good at. Alright, so Agatha will learn an archaeologist perk. What's one that she doesn't have yet? She has most of them. Let's say Legends. Legends seems useful. And plus 2 insight. Alright, well, we have 20 insight to spend. We also have these guys, these new specialists that we can hire. We're going to upgrade and go to here and, yeah, get plus 10 status from campaign. Sounds great. And there's Campaign Token Master. I don't know if it'll keep going up from here, but if it does, we're almost certainly going to get the next level right away. Yep. Poor Rivaloo. Alright, we actually completed both of the long-term challenges. That's the first time I've seen that. So, we should probably hire lobbyists. Yeah. Even though they're very expensive. Actually, I no longer need to get huge amounts of status, though. Maybe I should hire merchants instead to pump this up. Yeah, let's do that. So I need to leave behind... Let's just do the upgrades so I don't try to guess what the costs will be. I need to have 1,200 left. 1,200. Okay. I may not actually be able to even spend all that much. So let's just buy a lot of merchants, right? Because we're about to get a lot of collect tokens, so this seems valuable. Okay, it looks like we're actually going to buy out all the merchants and still have plenty of money left over. So I guess the next thing to do is to... I mean, we're not going to get any encounter tokens. We're not going to get any other tokens from spending. It's just going to be treasure hunts and collects. So I guess it doesn't really matter from here. Which means we can go ahead and hire our specialists. Now, Agatha could use a little bit more military training. Guerrilla or weapons expert. Guerrilla sounds pretty good, and that'll give us access to her being level 3 tactician will mean that we can get the second best tactician buff when we get the chance to buff at the beginning of an encounter. We could go for finishing off our level 6 diplomat. Politics or languages? He does not know politics. Alright, Dona Evita, the Argentine diplomat who once explored the southern borders of the land, wants to teach you stuff. Okay. Kwame's very developed. We can pick up a level of Beguiler. I think we probably should do that. Let's just like really focus in on the things we're good at, right? So Charms and Seduction. I think I'll take Seduction, because we know that the Seduction perk is paired up on a trinket with a different perk that we already have, which means there's no way we buy it, so we may as well just take Seduction here. If we can get one more level of Beguiler on him, we'll have this this part turned on. And finally, Tactician, Survivalist, Quick Thinker. We don't really need the Quick Thinker perk, and +2 Study when a Quick Thinker succeeds is not that amazing. Unfortunately, with these two, we're going to be unable to activate the plus tokens thing, but I think that the Tactician experience for Agatha will be valuable enough. So, sure, Guerrilla Tactics. And now we still have all of this status. Well, I guess let's just buy everything. There's nothing else to spend it on. And each purchase is giving us 15 renown. So let's go and buy all the ones that, like, theoretically are useful. The encounter token guys are going to be valuable no matter what strategy you follow, and our strategy certainly does involve a lot of encounter tokens. That was Madrid. Okay, finally ran it out. At least for now. We're actually going to get a bunch of status from doing this too, so... Alright, I think this is the time, right? There's nothing else for us to do. Let's just spend a whole lot of insight in Bombay. Yeah, I'm kind of surprised that we managed to cap out the challenges so quickly and easily. I was under the impression that the long-term challenges just kept going with higher and higher thresholds until the game ended. But apparently not. Apparently you can eventually complete them. Okay, this is a very slow way to make money. I don't seem to be able to skip the animation, sadly. What if I back out and then... Oh. Sure. I kind of forgot that we were doing that. So if I zoom out and back in, can I click again right away? I can. Look at this. Look at this madness. I think that's faster. I'm honestly not even... Whatever. It's fine. No, they let you click pretty quickly. Alright, there we go. Finally, we have done it. So, 6,300 gold. It's not a bad place to start. Yes, Collector of Collect Tokens is going to complete. Alright, so we have a lot of money. We once again have status. Okay, status discharged. So now we just need to buy the best gear. So I'm going to sell all of our current armor. We're going to get the very best, like no one has ever had. Bam! Legendary armor. Okay, and now let's also pick up some new books, shall we? I guess, what am I trying to get to level 6? Beguiler, Archaeologist would be okay. It's probably not necessary. What items are at the Oman Bazaar? I always forget. Speech power and naturalist. Diplomat, politics. Better when you're devious. Yeah, so I think we actually got pretty much what we were going to get out of that. That said, this is a good place to shop now. So we don't need Beguiler Astonishing. He has Astonishing naturally. I'd really like to pick something up for Agatha. She actually has... Yeah, she has offense already, so this doesn't do anything for her. Diplomat Negotiations. That's one I have, right? It is. Yeah, a lot of these just aren't very useful. Well, let's buy weapons. So let's sell these. I'm going to prioritize weapons for the two who don't have the fancy lantern. And then we have 176 gold left over. So, I mean, we should put something in this slot, right? We probably don't need to, my thinking was, oh, well, you know, whatever happens, at least we can buy a Janissary Bork. But we probably don't actually need it. She has 79 armor. So what is a trinket that would be valuable? Or that would mean anything at all to her? Because actually it kind of looks like nothing. I guess, technically, we might use Terrify at some point. What's this poem worth? Wow, really? 262? That is crazy. Okay. Tactician offense. We could give her tactician formations, but if we can only get her to 4, there's no point. You unlock the tactician buffs at tactician 1, 3, and 5. So there's not really a lot of tremendous value in giving her another level of tactician. Just at random. Now that we have some money again... I wonder if it's time to hang up the spooky lantern. Because we could buy him a master book of joy. 14 speech, 8 attack power, and plus 20% damage, or plus 20% power for Excite. Yeah, I'm just going to accept being pretty bad at mechanics. Okay, well I think we are basically ready to rock. So, come back next time. We're going back to Shangri-La. Hopefully, we can find that Yeti, because I don't think I've ever managed to catch the Yeti on camera. People should see it. It totally exists. I'm like 30% sure. And we'll see you then.